I just got done building the loading chute, and now I'm getting ready to move it out of the shop. And you say, wait a second, you're not standing in front of a loading chute. You are correct. I'll show you why. What I was going to do to deliver this loading chute is take this axle and this hitch out from underneath this grain bin. This grain bin's for a customer getting ready to replace the cone on it down here. Maybe. We'll see what the cone costs. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, this trailer is something I built. I take this axle, put it under various things. The hitch unbolt, I can bolt it onto various things. But since I have this grain bin sitting on this trailer, I really didn't want to take the time to unload the grain bin, unbolt the axle and the hitch, and then go stick it underneath the loading chute, and then come back and put this trailer back together. You know what I'm saying? Also, this axle is a little bit narrow for these loading chutes. I only have about 1 inch of clearance between the tire and the side of the loading chute on each side. And if that loading chute just happens to wiggle a little bit, you know, 1 inch isn't very much, I guess is what I'm saying. That makes me nervous. It's got to be in there exactly right. So anyway, I built a new axle, and I'm building a new hitch that will bolt on, at least that's the plan, to that square tubing there. This is the side that the cattle go in. Now, to keep this box from crushing when I bolt it on there, I'm going to insert these cut-off strips of strap iron here and weld them in a little bit, best I can. And to space that strap iron away from that bolt, I'm going to stick a little leftover piece of sheet metal in underneath of it. It sounded a little bit loud while I was welding it, but it felt good. There's not much splatter, and I gotta say that bead looks pretty darn nice, so I think I'm dialed in. And since a lot of people ask, looks like my wire speed is just a touch over 50, and what are we at? 22.5 volts, I think is what they call that. And then I'm gonna put this ear up here on the hitch. That will allow me to lift it with my crane or the 3-point of the tractor, whatever I'm pulling this with. It'll just make life a little bit easier. Then I'll put the cross braces on there. But I won't finish welding those, I'm going to spot them on. And then we'll unbolt that thing and then finish welding everything. This thing is really going to warp and bend if I just take off and just start welding wherever I'm comfortable. So it's important to weld here and there, let it cool down a little bit, weld here and there. I wanted a little bit of a brace up here to kind of help transfer the forces to the top of that box tubing. And I looked around in my scrap heap and found this little bent piece of metal, and it's close enough. I want to record lifting this hitch with a chain hoist because I really want to see how much flex there is in it, and it's a lot easier to see that on camera than it is in real life. The camera, I swear, exaggerates any movement. It's right here in the top of this tubing, so that piece of tubing is not quite strong enough for this. I've been thinking about how I want to fix that. A few ways I can go about it, but I have this piece of 3-inch square tubing here that's just scrap. I think I'm just going to weld that onto the back side. I need a little, yep, that's what I want. Now I can clamp the snot out of it. It's the next day, and I just realized something in the night. I put these angle iron braces on the wrong side. I literally woke up in the middle of the night and was like, oh my word, why did I do that? I think probably what I was thinking was that with this hitch pulling up, that would pull on the bottom of that tubing. But that's not what I want. I want them to transfer the compression load to the top of the tubing. You know what I'm saying? Because down here they're stretching. So if that hitch wants to come up, I need that force to be transferred to the top of the tubing. So they should have come out here beside this bolt and over on the top up here. That would have actually made it a lot stiffer. So there we go. Came up with that idea. That gives me another lifting point. Have that plate in there. Puts everything up a lot higher. That should transfer the forces more correctly. So there we go. Now it is overbuilt. Okay. Now on to this whole lifting thing.